Hey guys, Viggoman here and welcome back to another video from Crasburg, this beloved project that has been going on for almost way too long, but we do love it here and it's always such a blast to come back to this place. For today's episode, I want to work on the park on the southern point of Crasburg as well as a massive inn, which is going to be called the Blue Lubster. The Blue Lubster is an exclusive and massive inn on the southern point of Crasburg, and it's been taking me a long time to build, and it's gonna be like this whole episode's main focus, just because putting in more time on any other house would just be too long, and just showing off the interior of the Blue Lubster is gonna take probably a whole episode. Before we move on with the video, I would just like to ask you guys to kindly hit that like button if you enjoyed today's episode, and consider subscribing if you don't want to miss out on more building videos with me. I really do appreciate it, and it's the best way of showing support to what I do. There is also a link down below to Skynode, so if you ever need a server, check out the link there and you'll have a discount code to get 25% off, which is a great deal for any kind of Minecraft server. Building the Blue Lubster has been a lot of fun. It's one of the bigger standalone buildings in Crasburg, and the layout and the interior is super complex, which I love. Just adding these small pathways for the different rooms, staircases, grand openings in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. We're going to show you all of this in detail later, but it's just been a blast working with this and putting a little extra into the interior instead of just kind of filling up the empty exterior as we often do here. So that's been a lot of fun. Also trying to add a little bit of lore to this, so the basement or below the entire building we have the wine cellar or a buttery, and this is also going to be eventually connected to the big pathways of underground caves and pathways and stuff like that for the rebellion and other kind of criminal things. So somehow we're going to tie this building here into the underground world of Crasburg as well. I just really love the idea of the underground world of Crasburg, but I have no clue how to go ahead and do this. So if you have any ideas of what would be the best way for me and you guys to go about the project of the underground of Crasburg, just like a series of streams, maybe a video, or just like building it eventually and then just showing everything in the video, because doing time lapses and stuff underground really doesn't work, so we'll have to be creative here. Please do let me know if you have any ideas. But with that being said, I think we're done with the time lapses for today. Let's move over to a first person point of view and check out what we built. The first thing I want to point out is just how awesome this part of Crasburg is. It feels so grand. I love the skyline with the different towers and rooftops and gables and spires, chimneys, all of that, and the way it kind of just stops here by the water. It just looks beautiful. Exactly what I imagined that Crasburg was gonna look like when I started this project like 3 years ago, which is insane to think about. There are some unfinished parts still here. There's a little bit on this side here, which I'm gonna probably spend the next episode on. I realized I forgot to do the chimneys, but we're gonna get to that as well. And then there's a little bit of a section here. But once that is done, let's open up the map and get an overview of what we have here. So you should be able to see, not my mouse, but the areas where I kind of select here. And this area and this area. And then we're almost done, which is absolutely insane. And eventually we'll be there, so that's gonna be awesome. But let's check out what we have built in today's episode. We started off here by the southern, actually not the southernmost point. Looking at it, I was pretty sure it was the southernmost point, but it's not. We have this section over here, which is even further south. But I added this garden here. It got a lot of inspiration from later medieval French and Italian gardens. So it's not like very lush and stuff. It's more of a planned garden. We have some patches of grass, and this one is directly stolen from a reference picture I found with a little fountain in the middle here. Just go down like that with these bushes on the side. I think that looks really cool. And then we have like some planters on the side with some trees and some areas to sit on. I also did this thing, you saw that in the time lapse if you really paid attention. Just masking out where the people are walking most of the time, so that it's darker where people are walking the most, and it just adds a little bit of character to all of this. Now we have two big cypresses on either side there, a little bit of a planter here as well, just kind of climbing along these houses here, and it just ties the houses and the rest of the city together, I think. Make it feels, yeah, just kind of merging together in a way. And yeah, I just love those kind of small details like that. So walking over here, we get to the main attraction for today, the massive inn, the Blue Lubster. Absolutely love this building here. It was such a blast to build, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it as well. What we have here is more of a unique style building or unique shape building. Usually what I go for is these typical urban houses, basically just square or 4 sides and a front and a back, and then the sides are covered in by the rest. But here we have like a little bit of a diagonal bit here, this massive main building. We have a tower which is connected to this extension bit on the side here with some dormers and stuff, and all of that just makes this building very unique, and the shape was a lot of fun to work with. So basically what we have is, yeah, just like a Tudor simple building here with this big stone foundation and some nice blue detailing on the shutters like that. You can come on the server if you really want to check it out for yourself as well. So the interior of this thing is really complicated, I think, but it makes sense and it's a lot of fun to just walk through. So you come in here and we have this little like registration area. If you want to have a room, you can come in here and like just book one, or maybe you already have booked. I don't know how you would do that back in the day, send a pigeon with like a booking reference, I don't know, but you come in here and we have a lot of like registers and stuff. And then you come in and this is like the heart of the building. Look at this massive stairwell, or like, yeah, grand gallery, I guess. I don't know. It's just like open 3 stories up. It looks amazing. Straight ahead we have the feast hall. We have some pictures there. A little bar if you just want to get a drink. Simply you can come here under the stair, and then we have this massive feast hall over here, where we have a couple of tables, longer tables if you want to have like a party or bring the whole bunch over here, and all that kind of stuff. A big fireplace, you know, we need that just for the coziness and maybe a little bit for the warmth as well, I guess. So that is really cool. And a lot of windows just to get some nice natural light. And the view from here is, yeah, priceless. Just looking over the waters, you can see all the boats going by. I think that what's really putting this place at such a unique spot in Crasburg is that it has just beautiful views, it has a nice atmosphere, and it's just bigger and more grand than anything else. In here we have the kitchen for the inn. So as you can see, they didn't prioritize making this pretty, and that makes sense because the guests aren't really going to be here, so it's more of a functional kitchen here. We have a big, yeah, oven in the back here. I really like this design. So we have like the furnace there, and then just like some hot place you can boil stuff on, cook stuff on, like that. And this is also accessed directly from this gallery here. And just like some areas to work with, bake some bread, make some dishes and stuff, you know. So that's really cool. From here we can go further in. We have a little bit more of a like, yeah, table to, yeah, prepare maybe some vegetables and some slices of bread, you know. Simple stuff like that below here. And then this actually goes into a little bit of a storage and a little staircase. We're going to check that out later, because firstly we're going to go down here. So I have this little staircase, and it takes us down to the basement, which is, as I've already mentioned, is eventually going to be connected to the underground world of Crasburg. So here we have like some barrels with wine and beer and stuff like that, and bottles like that. And then there's like this curtain, like, so this will be used to cover up what's kind of coming next here. So eventually I'm gonna connect this store here to the sewers below the noble district, and then there's a staircase going into this area, which is like a little inn, or not like a tavern brothel thing, just like a hangout area for the rebellion. So you can come in here and sit and do their thing over here. So yeah, that's what we have here. It's nothing too big, but it works, and those kind of details is what I really like adding to these places here. So yeah, we have that. Considering whether or not to go up here, this staircase just goes up to the apartment or the innkeeper's house, which is like inside here, and that is connected to the rest here. So I'm gonna actually well, let's check this out since we're here. There's a little bathroom here, you know, stinky stuff, and then we have some storage for all kind of clothing and things you need. In here we have the kids' bedroom, just 2 beds like that, simple stuff. And then we have the parents' bedroom, the master bedroom, just like that, super simple. And then we have a little kitchen area, a living area for the entire family here. Prepare some simple food, some breakfast and stuff, and just sit here. So that's like the apartment for the innkeeper. But now we're back out here again. So I want to give you the entire feeling here. So back down gallery, starting from scratch, and then going up this staircase here, we come to the grand hall or the living room. I don't know what you want to call it, but where people could just, like, after they've eaten, they can come up here, have a couple of drinks, maybe play some games, talk to strangers, just relax before they go to bed. Very colorful wallpaper here. We have a nice detailed fireplace to make it nice and warm, and it's just like a nice cozy atmosphere in here, I think. I really like that. So that's like this room here, and then this will be the innkeeper's house. So that's kind of connected just like that. If you go continuing over here, we get to the other part of the grand gallery. So here it kind of opens up a little bit, and we have some small sitting areas here, and this massive bay window just looking out at the water and the little park, I guess, on the front here. And then we can go up the second staircase and we get to the areas where we have the rooms you could rent. So there's a lot of different variation in rooms in here, but mostly we have high class rooms, as it is a very exclusive inn. The first room here though is the bathroom, a shared bathroom for the rooms here. So just like some potties here and stuff. And then we have this room here. You can see it's very large, larger than most rooms I have in Crasburg. We have a little table, you could sit here, we could bring 2 people, there's like a double bed here, or just friends, or, you know, something from the basement, I don't know. You could bring them up here, and yeah, we have a table, all that kind of stuff. Again, come on the server if you want to check it out. Just like, I can't spend too much time on every individual room. In here we have a room that is not being used, so that is kind of displayed by no bed sheets and stuff on the beds, and candles aren't lit up. And that makes sense. Whoops. There aren't people at all rooms at all times in an inn, so yeah. Here we have another one like that. Such a wonderful view. So close that door. We have a little oven here to heat this section of the inn. And here we have, this one is really cool. I really like the concept here, because this one has windows, but it just goes out to the gallery. So since it's like an internal room, it's inside the main building. There's no exterior walls here. We have windows leading out to this. So that's just like a cool little detail. Again, what makes me love this building here, playing around with these kind of ideas here. And it's just like a bigger, more, yeah, classy room, I think. Here we have a hallway, and we have another bedroom here. This is the tower suite. So this one is really fascinating. We have a nice bed, some areas to sit, all that kind of stuff. And then there's a ladder taking you up to the tower we saw. So you have like this beautiful view here. This would be nice if you just want to like stay here for a longer time and have your own private part. You could rent this room here. Just like a beautiful location here. One of the more unique rooms in this inn. And here we have then the staircase going further up. And then in here we have a little storage. I'm going to bring you some light so we can see some more. Just like, yeah, storage room in here. If we continue up, we have another oven to heat this floor. And then we have more beds. We're going down a little bit in class here. So simpler rooms, but still pretty high class compared to what we have other places in Crasburg. So that's really nice. In here we have more storage, like that. You need a lot of storage in rooms like, or in places like this, and another simple room, such as this one here. Let me think. Yeah, in here we have a little bath area. So this would be, you could rent this if you just need a shower, or maybe not a shower but a bath. So you could rent this little room here if you want to. And then in the back there's just some storage for, yeah, the inn. So you could rent this little room here just for like an hour or something. And here we have the master suite. This is the biggest one. So it has a massive bed with a nice canopy hanging above. It's private oven here to get the perfect temperature. Some sitting areas, a big closet for clothing and stuff like that. A little desk to take notes, and again, a nice view. So that is that room there. So let's go further up, shall we? Here we have a spiral staircase. We're getting like towards the top section here. So here you'll see, like, yeah, you can see the roof here. You can actually see that in this previous floor as well, I think. If we go in here, yeah, you can see the inside of the roof here, like that. So, but yeah, let's go further up here, and we get to this section here, which is this is mainly for like running the inn purposes. We have some rooms where you could have workers live if you need additional workers. That would be this room in the back here. And if you actually need to, you could rent out these beds as well for a very low price. And then we have like areas where the workers could relax, take a break and stuff. And here we have like another room as well. You could rent out, but it's not really used since it's all the way up here. But you know, maybe there's a happening, sometimes happening in, or an event or something in the city. You'd want to have additional houses you could get ready. Little, yeah, closet there. You can go even further up to the all the way top here. And here we have just some more storage and a little view over here. I really like this. Love the woodwork as well in here. Makes it feel alive and stuff. And then we have this window, which actually looks over the theater. You can't really see it here, but it's kind of over the theater roofing there. So that was the interior tour of the Blue Lubster and a little bit of shenanigans out there in the park. But guys, I really just recommend you to come on the server, check out the information down below with the Conquest and the server IP and all that kind of stuff to get to this place and just tour about. The interior is such a blast for this one. I really enjoyed it, and I think you will too. But guys, that's gonna be it for me today. Really hope that you enjoyed. If so, make sure to smack that like button, and if you haven't done already, make sure to subscribe. It's been Viggoman, and I'm out.